Hello everyone, it is Luke, and we're going to explore some of the fastest checkmates, this time with pieces. So we're going to go through each of the 6 pieces, fastest checkmates, for both free-for-all and teams. I assuredly came up with almost all of these myself, but a few of them are common knowledge. So let's start with fastest checkmate in free-for-all delivered by a bishop. This is also the fastest checkmate in a game of free-for-all. And we have a bishop protecting the queen. So what must happen here is red, blue, and green must move the king's pawns forward 1 or 2. Then green blunders checkmate by blue and red. It is not good to offer trades. Anyways, let's look at the fastest checkmate delivered by a queen. This is common knowledge, and it is often done so in a game of teams. So, red and yellow must move the king's pawns and queen's bishop's pawns respectively. And green will move either of these 2 pawns. Let's say he moves this one. Well, then red will go here. Blue will do something, and yellow will deliver checkmate with the queen. Now, let's look at the fastest rook checkmate. This will be a little bit more complex. You will move one of the rook's pawns forward, it doesn't matter which. And blue will move the king's pawn forward 1 or 2, it doesn't matter which. Now, yellow will move the queen's pawn forward 1 or 2, doesn't matter which. Same with green, 1 or 2. And now red will activate the rook. Blue will sacrifice the queen. Yellow will take with the incorrect pawn, and now blue will check with either the queen or bishop, and now red, just at the beginning of move cycle number 3, will deliver a checkmate with the rook. So now we've covered bishop, queen, and rook. Let's look at the fastest knight checkmate. Red will be the one doing it. Knight out. Then blue moves the pawn forward. Yellow also moves the king pawn forward. Now green will be in pedo, and red will temporarily blunder a knight while blue takes a pawn. Yellow also takes the king's pawn. Then green will do the biggest deed for red, and that is to give up the bishop and be checkmated by the knight. You see in this one, blues and yellow's bishops are defending each other, and the king is just trapped. Now let's look at the fastest pawn checkmate. Fastest pawn checkmate in a free-for-all game will be delivered by blue. Well, let's start out with what must be played, and that is the queen's pawn forward 2. That must be done in order to deliver its checkmate through square coverage. Now, it doesn't matter what blue does on his first move. It could be the rook pawn forward 2, or it could be the queen pawn forward 1 or 2. Queen's bishop pawn, sorry. Now, yellow is just going to move a knight out. Green will move his queen pawn forward 1, king pawn forward 1 or 2. Now red will move the king out, and blue will do the queen pawn out. Yellow will move the knight back, it doesn't really matter. But then green will do an absurd looking move, and red will ignore the queen and just move the king out, and blue will deliver checkmate. That is the fastest checkmate delivered by a pawn. And finally, my favorite, let's see the fastest king move checkmate. This one is extremely complex and it requires some very specific moves to it. Now, red will move the king's bishop pawn forward 2, not 1. It'll be 2. Then, blue will move the king's pawn forward 1. And yellow will also move the king's pawn forward 1. Then, green will move the king's bishop pawn forward 1 or 2, doesn't matter. Now, red king will move out. Then blue bishop will take the pawn. And the yellow queen will move over here. This is all already absurd. But anyways, green will just take the king out. And then red will move the king over here. And blue bishop will take the bishop. And then yellow queen will go here. And then finally, king move, checkmate on move 3. Alright, that will be it for free-for-all. Let's look at teams checkmates here. So what are the fastest checkmates for each piece in a game of teams? Let's look at the bishop one first. Everyone knows this one. Red, yellow, and green will all move the king's pawn forward 1. And then, that is blundering fool's mate. So that's the fastest one by the bishop. And now, the fastest one by the queen is the same one as before. And let's go with the king's pawn this time. Just to show you that could happen 2 ways. And now, let's look at the fastest one by the rook. It will be actually the fastest one by the rook, the knight, and the pawn, since it doesn't really matter what is moves on move 3. It'll be red doing the deed. Now, it doesn't matter 1 or 2, and it doesn't matter which order blue does. We're just going to say it's done this way, but red must move the queen's bishop pawn out, and yellow must move the king's bishop pawn out. Doesn't matter what green does. And now, red, for move 2, red, if he wants to mate with the rook, must push pawn forward. And now, the king's pawn will go out, and here, red will just move a rook 1 square, and that is checkmate. So that is a checkmate delivered by a rook. Now the rules are bent here. A rook move checkmate doesn't mean it has to be directly involved. The rules are in a team's game that a piece or person who's checkmated must be checkmated on their turn. So, doesn't matter what red and yellow do, as long as it's checkmate on blue's turn. So, I am bending the rules a little bit. Alright, so very similarly, we're going to see a checkmate by pawn move. Same position. Ish. And now, he just moves the pawn forward, and that's checkmate. Now we're going to see checkmate by knight, and that is a knight development. And finally, my favorite. Everyone who has kept up with my channel wants to know the fastest king move mate of all time. Similar, but there has to be a way to get the king out. and that is this move. Alright, so I have shown you the fastest theoretical checkmates by certain pieces. A lot of you are going to disagree with me on how I define checkmate deliveries by pieces in a game of Teams, but it is by rule that checkmate must not occur until it is their turn. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, and good luck in your 4-player chess. Peace.